What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about the top 3 earnings to look out for on February 2nd. Let's get straight into it. Okay, coming in at number 3, we have Alibaba. Looking at their earnings estimate, it is projected that Alibaba will have a 3.26 earnings per share. At a low, the analysts are predicting a 2.89 earnings per share, and at a high, a 3.6 earnings per share. So for tomorrow, on February 2nd, look out for Alibaba's earnings per share to beat an expectation of 3.26 earnings per share. Looking at revenue for the last quarter, we see that there is an average estimate of $33.31 billion. Also, there is a low estimate of $32.1 billion and a high estimate of $34.1 billion. This means that we should look for Alibaba's revenue to beat an expectation of $33.31 billion. Also, looking at the recommendation rating by Yahoo Finance, we can see that it is a good buy right now, priced at $264.97. Lastly, we can see for next quarter a 55% projected increase in growth. Moving on to number 2, Google. Analysts predict an average of 15.98 earnings per share for Google's last quarter. At a low, they predict a 13.83 earnings per share and a high estimate of 18.82 earnings per share. To look on the revenue side, the analysts predict a $53.11 billion revenue gain in the last quarter for Google. However, their high estimate is $54.89 billion, and their low estimate is $50.98 billion. Also, again, the recommendation rating is a 1.5, a strong buy almost, on Yahoo Finance. Also, looking at the recommendation rating, we see it is valued at 1.5 with a strong buy. However, the analyst price target is nearly met at the expectation. Lastly, Google could see a 40.2% gain in the next quarter. And finally, number 1, Amazon. Amazon has an average estimate of 7.2 EPS and a low of $4.51 EPS, as well as a high estimate of $11.16. Moving on to the revenue, we see that the analysts are predicting a $119.63 billion revenue gain for Amazon in the last quarter, as well as a $113.73 billion low estimate and a $123.18 billion high estimate. Looking at the revenue estimates, we see that Amazon has high expectations out of the analysts, meaning that it will have to highly beat expectations to jump a good percentage on Tuesday. Along with Alibaba and Google, Amazon has a 1.7 recommendation rating with a buy. Also, the analyst price targets are valued very high at the moment. Lastly, we see the next quarter for Amazon growth estimate is 78.6%, and for the next year, a 30.6% growth estimate. Those are the top 3 earnings to look out for on February 2nd. That's going to wrap it up for this one. I'll catch you guys in the next one.